Championships from the Stackers Hotel in Blackpool. Tonight is Ladies' Night. It's the ladies' final, and certainly over the last few years it's been totally dominated by just two ladies. And here they are, Linda Moffat, who became Linda Leadbitter when she got married, dominating 4 times, 93, 94, 95, and then last year in 98. The only other lady, Sue Thompson, 96 and 97. So these two ladies have completely dominated the ladies' game in terms of pool, but not this year. Already a big shock, Lisa Quick defeating Sue Thompson in the semi-finals. And there you see the last ball going down, and a dejected Sue Thompson, but a delighted Lisa Quick. Brilliant stuff by Lisa Quick. Let's find out about this lady. She's also a snooker player as well as a pool table player. Estelle Matthews spoke to her.
Yes, Jonathan, an amazing feat by Lisa Quick and a first-timer to the World Championships. And I think you're still recovering from the shock, aren't you, Lisa?
Yes, it was a big shock for me. I wasn't really expected to do this well in the tournament, and well, I managed to get through somehow.
How did you go about beating Sue Thompson? It must have been a very difficult psychological thing to do.
Yeah, it was. I mean, everyone knows how good a player Sue is, and basically I just wanted to concentrate on my own game and the table and try and out-pot her if I could.
And she's known for playing mind games.
Yeah, I know I had to be psychologically strong, and I felt quite good about it, and I think I went about it the right way.
OK, you've done that. Now you're going into the final to meet 4 times world champion Linda Leadbitter. How are you going to face that one?
Again, she's such a strong player all round. Obviously, she's not going to be really going for the pots so much, I don't think. I think she's going to try and tie me down. But I just want to stick to the same game plan and do my best.
There's a lot of bets from the boys out there on you. Do you think they're going to be right?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I've gone into every match the same. I could have gone out a couple of times earlier in the tournament, and anything else is a bonus, really.
Well done. Well, I think Lisa's quietly confident. That's her view. Let's find out what Linda has to say. I spoke to her earlier.
I'm feeling fairly confident. I've played Lisa twice before, and I've beat her twice, and I'm feeling quite confident. I'm playing quite well, so just hope I play well on the day.
Now, you're saying you've played her before, but she's a real surprise to get into the final. What does it feel like not having Sue around?
It feels a bit odd not having Sue, but I can't say I'm too shocked because Lisa's a fantastic potter, and Lisa played Sue's game and she beat her at it. I've just got to be careful not to make too many mistakes when I play her.
But you think it'll be an easy victory?
I wouldn't say it'd be easy. I think it's all on the day. I'm just going to try and play tactical against her like I did Sue last year. Just hopefully it'll pay off.
We'll find out soon enough. Thank you, Linda.
Well, Linda, in confident form there, not having to play Sue Thompson, who's been a nemesis really for all these years. But now she's got Lisa Quick, and she said there in the interview, Lisa Quick is a great potter of the ball. It should be an interesting matchup between these two ladies. Now, with me to enjoy it is Vicky Layton, a semi-finalist here last year. And first of all, let's go back to Lisa Quick. A big surprise for the ladies' game for her beating Sue Thompson.
Yeah, it was a fantastic match for those who did watch it. It was not really a surprise. I mean, Lisa Quick is a fantastic player, and she did actually out-pot Sue. There was a few mistakes crept into Sue's game, which Lisa capitalised on and played really well. Took out her finishes when she needed to. And there won't be no surprise if she does do well out there today.
What about Linda? You mentioned it in the interview there, not having Sue around. They've met so many times before. How's she going to approach this? Is it going to be harder playing an unknown in terms of Lisa?
No, I think she'll actually play better, knowing that she hasn't got to play Sue. She has played Lisa a couple of times and has beaten her. But I think she'll be relaxed out there. I mean, it's Lisa's first time out there and her first time in the tournament. So who knows? It's a hard one to call.
All right, thanks, Vicky. Let's take a look at these two ladies a little bit closer in terms of their achievements getting to this point. From Kettering, age 26 and ranked world #1, and her career highlights 4 times world champion and a finalist in 97 as well. The pedigree is all there for Linda Leadbitter. What about her opponent, Lisa Quick? She's from Weston-super-Mare. She tells me that John Cleese is from there too. Those are the 2 famous people from Weston-super-Mare. Age 24, she's unranked in the world rankings, but 3rd in the European Championships this year, as well as part of the winning team in the teams competition this year. So, Lisa Quick, it's very interesting. Do you think then, putting you on the spot a little bit, that she can go on and win this, Lisa Quick?
There's no reason why she shouldn't, but as I said before, it's her first time out there. Linda's been there before, as we all know. She's won it 4 times. She knows what the pressure is like out there. But I'll have to go with the experience of Linda this year.
Fair enough. Let's take a look at the way both these ladies made it to the final. And Linda's record, pretty brilliant there. Quarter-finalist a little bit closer, 7-5, but she hardly dropped any frames on the way through. And what about Lisa? Well, we've already mentioned that she'd beaten Sue Thompson in the semi-finals, but her other games, her only the first one perhaps, a little bit close, but pretty confidently all the way through. So it's ladies' night, it's the ladies' final. We have a very known figure in Linda Leadbitter, but what about Lisa Quick? How quick can she be around this table? Let's find out with your MC, Alan Hughes.
Thank you, Jonathan. And first we welcome a 24-year-old snooker star, now successfully turning her hand to pool, reaching third place in the European. And this all-round sportswoman is the surprise package of the World Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, on the centre stage, will you welcome, please, the wonder of Weston-super-Mare, the very talented Lisa Quick. And her opponent with tons of class and experience and a great ambassador for a sport who has dominated ladies pool for a number of years, and she is going for an incredible 5th Embassy World title. Ladies and gentlemen, will you welcome please the popular world #1 and defending Embassy World Champion from Kettering, Linda Leadbitter.
Yes, this is the ladies' final, the one we've all been waiting for. The defending champion, Linda Leadbitter. She is making her 6th Embassy World title appearance here in the finals, up against an unfamiliar foe, Lisa Quick.
Open table.
Well, it's an open table. It was very interesting to note the comments before we look at the play here. Obviously, Lisa very well aware of Linda's tactical acumen, and she's going to want to try to avoid that at all costs. Turn it into a potting game, as Sue Thompson, the beaten semi-finalist at the hands of Lisa, would try to do. But it's not always easy to try and impose your game, and Linda's got all the weapons. She can pot too. Well, in this, our 6th final here for Linda. In fact, our 7th Embassy World title final. Very happy to be joined in the commentary box by a very familiar face. When the women are on the table, chances are you look beside me and you're going to see Keith Brewer. Keith, we see Linda out there, but not a lot known about Lisa Quick. She's obviously a very good snooker player. That's got to put her in good stead on this 4x8 surface out here.
Yes, Lisa's been in the England team now for a year or two and has progressed very well. She's a very good potter of a ball, obviously being a snooker player, and that showed in a semi-final when she played Sue. I mean, I actually saw most of the match and she played excellent, and it wasn't like that Sue slipped up or anything. Lisa did completely outplay her in that match. And in previous finals, Linda has always liked to play an openish game, and I've been known to criticise her once or twice when she did lose to Sue, if she'd have just tightened her game up, you know, and she would have won. It'll be interesting to see how she takes this game, because we don't know how Lisa is going to handle the arena and the big table and all that. But I think Linda she just concentrates on her own game, doesn't let anything else distract her, she'll be okay.
Well, you can only ever worry about your game. When you're at the table, your opponent's helpless. But still, never easy.
Seconds. Well, the only problem at the moment is whether the yellow passes into the centre pocket. And it has to be said that Linda has started off very positively in the first frame.
Well, it's difficult to tell just yet whether that yellow passes, Keith, but if it does, this is a great chance for Linda. It's very close. She's just having a look at it now.
$30.
Well, has she overdrawn this? Got into that one a little too much. Obviously, the way she played it, that yellow would pass to the center. But this was overscrewed by about 2 feet, Keith.
Yeah, she's actually pinched a little bit on the pocket because she needed to get really precise position on the yellow, because it only just may go into the pocket, and she's really caught hold of it. And there you can see it just passes in.
30 seconds.
The only problem, when you can only see half a pocket or 3/4 of a pocket, you need the cue ball in exact position. Not even going to attempt getting out of this, Jim, playing the tactical foul.
Yes, she's going to force Lisa to do it on her own merit. She's going to have to waste a shot, it looks. Well, maybe, maybe not. She's having a good look at this long red. Lisa Quick, as was mentioned, number 5 in the world in snooker. Well, she didn't have to waste one. Our first look at Lisa. Disposed of Sue Thompson. 7 frames to 3 in the semifinal. Much easier passage through to this final than many would have thought.
Second visit.
But when Lisa did play Sue in that semi-final, she was very, very positive in the way she played. Attacked, didn't defend, attacked at every opportunity. Now, whether she's going to do that in this match remains to be seen. But if she does play in the same vein that she played against Sue, then we should be in for a very exciting final, Jim.
Well, it's very apparent there. She doesn't want to get into a tactical battle because she could have laid a snooker on that last yellow, intending instead to pot her way out. Still on a red to the middle. She does cue the ball very well. Signs that she has spent a lot of time over the snooker table and honed her fundamentals. And very important for her, too, to get off to a good start. It's a best of 15, a race to 8.
Same applies to Lisa here. Needs to get very good position on the red. It does definitely pass into the middle, but with the yellow just sticking out slightly, she needs to get good position to make this shot easier for herself. And that looks just about right.
Well, she feathers the white very nicely here, and she doesn't waste any time either. Down goes the 8, and Lisa Quick has started ideally here in the ladies' final. She leads the defending champion, Linda Leadbitter, by 1 frame to 0.
Second frame, Linda Leadbitter. Break, riding 1 frame to 0.
That's one thing, Keith. In contrast to what we usually see from the men, the women don't often get a ball off the break. They can't implant that power into the break shot that the men can, and therefore they have to be content to be able to see a sequence of clearing the colors, whether they be reds or yellows, and be very accurate in their potting.
Yes, definitely the majority of women. I can understand what you're saying, yes, because the break is such a big weapon these days.
Yellow ball's in play.
the women don't generate as much power as the men. But in years gone by, I can remember in previous finals, we've had some awesome breaks, break finishes, great breaks. So making a ball on the break is always obviously a little bit luck involved. But so far, these two ladies have demonstrated plenty of power on the break, but just, like you say, not as much as the men.
And Lisa represented the English side, the ladies team, on the European winning team. And here, obviously, too, in Blackpool for this year's Embassy World Titles. Well, she plays with an awful lot of confidence and obviously looks very focused, very determined.
Well, so far she's been picking these yellows off without too much trouble. The biggest problem will be now the one she's weighing up just to the right of the black. It's not so much hard to pot that ball, but it's just getting perfect position on the black, and that's the problem ball there. And that's the area she'll be looking at to finish in. Now what she may well do here is just stun this ball up the rail and take the other yellow into the right hand middle, which should give her a very good position.
Well, Keith, it looked like she tried to get on that yellow right away, which to my way of thinking was the wrong choice, because if she did come out high enough, then getting on the last yellow would have been tricky. Well, she can still clip this bottom left.
Come on, Linda. Red ball's in play.
Well, bit of an indication there of what Linda's going to do. She's going to take this match very seriously, because to be honest, all the reds were kind of there, but well, she's played a very good safety shot, because obviously she's blocked the pocket. Lisa's got no shot on, no obvious shot anyway.
.30 seconds.
She might find herself stuck right in behind this red now. Just depends how Linda feels, whether it be attack or defend.
.30 seconds.
Well, she can see the edge of this yellow. I'm not saying there's much she can do, but she could have a little go at the top left-hand pocket here. The cue ball will definitely be going up table.
Be a difficult shot into the other corner pocket, but it's still one she's going to have to try, and Linda a little careless leaving it.
30 seconds.
And that'll put a little bit more pressure on Linda now. Not a million miles out with this pot, but keeping it over the jaws of the pocket, certainly in her best interest.
And Jim, she was nicely positioned on the last yellow as well. So it was a very good chance for her, although it was a very, very difficult pot. Now Linda's decision is she has an opportunity now to move this bad red that she's very close to with the cue ball, play it down onto the other one over the bottom left pocket.
Another look here. Looks like she has to go at these reds now. The awkward one, top left. Well, one face that we've got very used to seeing in this ladies' final is occupying a very different position this year, and there she is, Sue Thompson, resigned to being a spectator for 1999. And there's the lady that took her place.
"30 seconds.
Linda eventually is going to get up there for that awkward red, top of the table as we look. If there is going to be a stumbling block, it's going to come in the form of that red.
Great shot, because very important that she covered the pocket there.
A very good shot again, clearly illustrating what her method of attack is going to be in this final.
And I'll tell you what she's left her. I know it's a great shot, but she can double the yellow up and down the table, and if she can play it in off the red,
"30 seconds.
she can move the black. It would be a great shot if she should make it.
Foul. 2 visits.
Well, that should be the end of this one. Forcing the mistake, the rash shot. It was on, but it was difficult. And if you can keep the percentages working in your favor, eventually they'll pay off. Well, that's not the best positional shot we've seen from Linda. She's 6 inches to 12 inches short of ideal position on that red. This pot should have been much easier. She's not made easy work of this at all.
Second visit.
Well, she's made a right hash of this one. Bad positional shot off the first one was what it all came from. And this is very important for all the young pool players that are watching. Positional play, obviously extremely important. If you do go out of position, then it gets from bad to worse. It's like dominoes going over.
From what looked a certainty to be 1-1. Down goes the 8, and Lisa accepts that charitable gift. 2-0, she leads the defending champion in this race to 8.
Third frame, Lisa Quick to break, leading 2 frames to 0.
So here we go, frame number 3, and Lisa Quick leading 2-0, breaks off. Still nothing down as yet of either of the ladies' break-offs.
Very good open break. Both sets have come out quite well, but I think she'll probably go to yellows. And just Just looking at the way they're lying, it really is important, being 2-0 down, that Linda gets to grips now and make sure she racks this one out. Otherwise she'll be sending the wrong message to Lisa.
There's a small financial consideration as well in this ladies' final. The winner will take home £2,500, the loser $1,500. And equally important, that little piece of hardware and the title that goes along with it. I just saw you shaking your head, Keith. A little bit of negative play from Linda Leadbitter there, and I mean, really, when you've got your opponent and you've gift wrapped one as she has, it's very nice to strike back quickly. It certainly lets your opponent know that you're not too thrilled with the way you've just played and you want to get back in it and fast.
I'm just very surprised at the shot. Yeah, like you say, I mean, is she going to walk into this game thinking, I'm going to play tactical, so even when she has a good opportunity to clear out, she's going to play some kind of a safety shot, when the yellows there were sitting very easy? It just didn't seem to make a lot of sense. But like you say, Jim, I mean, what kind of message is this sending? I mean, you know, if I was playing my opponent and they were doing that, you know, it would be quite encouraging, really.
Yes, you almost feel like you're always going to get another chance. And anytime you get to the table, anything can happen. Quite possibly she is fighting herself. Having a real tough go of it. Chance to try and get the yellow out of the bottom pocket right here. Accomplished it. Unfortunately, she didn't get the red.
Seconds.
Good pot from Linda there. She's been so dominant in this game of 8-ball pool, she decided to take her hand to the snooker ranks as well for the ladies, and this year not a member of the English team because she decided to attack the snooker and got to number 22 in the world rankings in one season. This is an important finish again. We've said it before, but we can't emphasize it enough. Linda has to keep Lisa Quick in her sights.
30 seconds.
Well, this one hit the near bump, but just the pace keeping it in. It looks like she's going to try and follow through a little bit on this yellow and play the 8 left center. she changed her mind. I think she's happy to see that one disappear. She thought she missed it. For a fleeting instant, her heart was probably in her mouth. Down goes the 8, and the champion initiates her defense of the crown. She's taken her first frame, still trailing Lisa Quick 2 frames to 1.
Well, you can see it with her head in her hands at the moment, and she's having a long think about that. But Linda definitely not getting the start that she wanted, and it is so important to get your head around the game, especially in a pressureful situation, isn't it, like this, like final?
Yeah, I think she's playing a bit too negative there. I mean, she's missing pots that you'd never ever see Linda Leadbitter miss. I mean, I just can't believe the way that she's playing at the moment.
And there's one good example.
Yeah, I mean, you'd never see her miss them shots. So I don't know what's in her head, but she's, you know, she's got to sort it out. I mean, she was lucky. I mean, there as well. I mean, she was lucky to pot that as well. So she's got to sort her head out and get back into the, you know, get herself back into the match.
Can't overemphasise it. It is very hard out there when you're under the lights. Let's see what she can do now in the next frame.
Frame number 4, red and yellow down. This is a big start for Linda.
Red and yellow balls popped.
Have a look at the reds. Again, a chance in lightning fashion here to get right back on level terms.
Well, Reds have come out fantastic on this break. One of each down, so as soon as she nominates, she's on that colour. Probably her hardest red is the one she's on now. She's screwed back up the table to eliminate this one. And then what it is, it's just a bit easier to move the cue ball around. You've got all these 4 reds nicely positioned in the bottom right-hand side of the table. So there's not too much work to do with the cue ball, so therefore less chance for making a mistake.
Softly feathers this one down the cushion. She's landed on the red to the same pocket. Very determined. It's one thing getting to the top of this game, it's another staying there. She's done both. This 8 to be right back in it. It's there, and Linda Leadbitter is right back in the thick of the hunt here. All square now with Lisa Quick, 2 frames apiece.
5th frame, Lisa Quick to break, 2 frames all.
Well, Lisa Quick looking to repay the favor here of a break and finish. Got one off the break. So both ladies really starting to click now. Into the center pocket. Red down.
30 seconds.
I would say just look at the table, she's taking her time because the yellows are the best suit, and she's potted a red, and of course if she does nominate yellows, she can't go on them. So she elected to play reds and play the snooker. Now by electing reds, because she's potted a red on the break, she's automatically on reds.
Seconds.
A couple problem areas for Lisa and the reds. Obviously the red on the left side, clustered amongst the yellows, not available to too many pockets. Well, I'm not too sure whether she's nudged that red far enough where it may pass now. I'm not even sure whether or not she's on another red. It looks like it will, but has she finished on another red? And if she hasn't figured out these middle bags, we've seen a number of them pop out at pace, and that one just about spat back on the table. Well, that was a poor effort positionally. No way she intended to be hampered by the yellow there, and there was no reason for her to be. Dead straight in.
That's a good shot. I mean, she was hampered by the yellow. There's no way she could pot the ball and get on another red. So she sticks it over the pocket. That's fine.
These shots, though they might look easy, aren't. You play them a little too much pace, they can sometimes drop in a little soft. They won't cover the pocket.
30 seconds.
As skillful as potting a ball.
I'll tell you now, that isn't the best shot in the world, because she's definitely left her on the red on the left-hand side, which will go into the left-hand pocket. Now, if she plays this very slowly and gets it to stick over the pocket, that'll be bottom half the table that she's in complete control of. And there we can see she can definitely get through to this red. And if she should pot it, she'll have a shot on the other red up to the top right-hand pocket. So well, she definitely played to pot it there, Jim, because she's played it with so much pace. And as you can see, she got position on the other red. But she's still in a very good position at the moment. There's not much for Linda to go at here. Linda is probably the best tactical player I've seen amongst the ladies. I mean, she's a fair potter as well, but definitely when it comes to sticky situations like this, she does always seem to know what to do. Sometimes you look at the table and you think, well, what would you do here? Well, this lady seems to have all the answers. Great pot there, sign that she's growing in confidence, coming back to 2-all from 2-0 down. She may be looking to cover the pocket here because it doesn't really look like there's a finish there.
Oh, nice.
She appears content with that effort.
Well, there wasn't much Lisa could do there, so she's just elected to bring one of the reds into play. And that's what she's chose to do there, Jim. Now, whether she's left a little gap there or not, if she has left a little gap for the red, then she can afford to bring the red by the black into play, knowing that the other one will pass the yellow. I think the shot Linda played was the right shot. I just don't think she's executed it as well as what she'd liked. And as you can see, I think that red will pass. It's very tight, but it will go. So this is a chance for Lisa Quick.
Seconds.
But for it to pay off, she really wants to be able to get this red. This is a shot she needs.
Second visit.
And now the situation borders on hopeless.
Oh, she's played a 2-in-1 there. She's tried to cut the red in. She knew it wouldn't pop, but if she could have wedged it in the gap with the yellow and then got the cue ball up behind the other red, it would have been quite a good shot. But as it happens now, she hasn't dealt with them 2 visits very well at all, it has to be said. I think rather than go for the pot into the top left-hand pocket, she'd have been better off trying to set the red up. She knew the other red would go. If she'd have played the right shot there, she could have very well won the frame. But as it happens now, the only way she can win this frame is if Linda makes a very bad mistake.
Well, Linda started out giving Lisa a 2-frame spot and looking very much now like she might go the odd frame ahead at 3-2. Certainly the favorite from this position. Well, she had a very long bridge there, Keith, and I didn't know why she didn't take the yellow over the other corner, because she could have just come up and played this yellow to the opposite center pocket. It looked to me like, given her bridge and how awkward she looked, the path might have just been a little easier and more comfortable. Always easy to say, but as it's turned out, the yellow's covered the other red.
You snookered on it.
Foul. 2 visits.
Well, I'll pass on that one, Jim. The only thing I can think there, to be quite honest, is that she may have been trying to treble this black across onto the red. Although she hasn't even played it hard enough. I mean, it's a good double, though. Anyway, 2 visits for Linda on the yellows and game over.
Well, she's not going to need the second visit. Mistake from Lisa, proving conclusive here in frame 5. And the authoritative Linda Leadbitter starting to pull away 3-2 in front of Lisa Quick.
Well, that's the 4-time world champion, Linda, we're used to seeing. Leading 3-2 now, and certainly the emphasis has changed since the start of this match. But there were a couple of times there where, I don't know, what decisions might have you made in the situation, perhaps, let's say, Lisa's position when she had the chance and she doubled on that black?
Yeah, I can't really understand what she was trying to do there. She's just thrown the match straight at Linda. I mean, all she had to do really was the shot I'd have played was just roll the red up to the yellow and then just let Linda carry on doing it. I mean, she's just thrown the match straight at Linda there.
Get the feeling, though, Lisa's quite cool and calm. I don't think she's going to let Linda's play affect her too much. She's just going to go out there and do her game.
That's right, yeah, she's looking really comfortable out there at the moment. Score's still close, but I mean, Linda is very lucky to be 3-2 up at the moment, I think, the way she's been playing.
I think that sums it up perfectly. She's at the table now. Let's go back to it.
3-2 in front and breaking. Her last break was successful. Not so this one.
Open time.
That was a good point, though. She has done very little that we've seen from her in the past. One visit, really, the breaking out on one occasion. But other than that, there have been a lot of chinks in Linda Leadbitter's armor, and she finds herself 3-2 in front.
$30 seconds.
Well, it's a good break off, not a ball down this time. Important to get on the best suit now.
Red ball's in play.
Doesn't seem to be striding around the confidence that she had earlier. But then she did get off to a wonder start, 2-0 up, quick, fast time. That's the way she played her semi-final. Very exciting lady to watch play, Paul, this one. Going to eliminate probably her most difficult red at the moment. This one up in the bulk area of the table. Comes down, we'll have just 4 reds remaining.
She looks like a very sure potter once she gets her eye in, gets a rhythm around the table. She really does cue effortlessly. A long action, that usually translates into a lot of cue power when it's required as well.
Look at that shot there. Perfect cueing and in perfect position. Okay, she's got a little bit of work to do here. No problem in potting the next red, but the last red, as you can see, is hampered by the yellow, so she needs to get precise position. But then the problem is, where's the black going to go? Well, it will go into either middle pocket. She's got a little angle on this, so she'll probably go bottom left, and she can't see all of the pocket, as you can see, because there's a yellow there. So she needs to get good position on the black here.
Well, that's just the sort of reply that Lisa Quick was looking for. A terrific finish right off the bat, and she's back level pegging with Linda Leadbitter, 3 frames apiece.
7th frame, Lisa Quick to break, 3 frame full.
Three frames apiece. Lisa Quick breaks off, red into the center, yellow into the opposite middle.
Red and yellow ball bottom.
Well, if that red below the yellow, just below the black, passes, reds might well be the color of choice here. It looks like it does.
Red ball's in play.
Well, this is a very good break from Lisa, and it's a great opportunity. She's come back to 3 apiece. Last frame before they have a short interval, and it'd be nice to go in. If she can go in 4-3 up, well, she'll enjoy a cup of tea a little bit more than Linda will. The reds are very well placed. The red she's going to play next is the most difficult one. Once it's out the way, this red just below the black here, she can eliminate that. It's all looking pretty easy for her. And Jim, just look at her cue action. What do you think of that cue action? It's very smooth for a lady player.
Well, definite signs, Keith. She spent a lot of time working at it, believing that if she was going to be competitive as a lady professional snooker player, she had to spend long hours working on this technique. No movement from above the elbow, and that's exactly what you strive for. That silky smooth cueing action, almost like a pendulum action from the elbow down. Keeping your head still.
30 seconds.
Still, this is a major final. The Embassy Whirlpool Championship for the ladies is the final. Certainly for these women throughout the year. So we have to take into account pressure. Well, it looks like she can see that red over the bottom right.
Yellow ball's in play.
Well, sometimes when you come to the table and you don't expect to, it's a bit of a bonus. And this would have to be an extremely good finish here from Linda. If she's going to try and play a little bit negative here, what she could try and do is put a ball over the top pocket where the red is. Top right-hand pocket where the red is, that it would be a very good place to leave a yellow at this moment in time.
Thirty seconds.
And here we go, Keith. As we again see Linda slotting in that yellow, I think she's going to do exactly what you suggested. This is going to be pocket weight. If it goes in, it's a bonus, but it won't be traveling too fast. And that's a great shot. In or over the pocket. Beautiful stroke and a great result here for Linda. And a chance to finish now.
Well, that was a brilliant shot. I think she'd have been a little bit happier, Jim, if that just stayed over the pocket, because there's still a fair bit of work to be done here. Taking on another very difficult shot. Oh, brilliant. Made it look very easy.
Yes, we've seen a lot of those balls missed in past. Especially cueing from right across the side of the cushion like that. I can't even begin to tell you how difficult that is. And she's had a quick look to see she's got to be below the black here to be able to get the yellow bottom left. She's got a real good idea of where to take that cue ball.
Well, as we say in the trade, Peter perfect. And I would say here, Jim, this is a massive finish, because when she came to the table, it didn't look on. And of course, if Lisa had got back to the table, she had two easy reds, so this is a brilliant finish.
Well, it's not over yet. A glimmer of a chance for Lisa, because this black is far from easy. She's going to have to clip it either into the right center pocket or elect a double.
Well, I think she'll go for the cut, surely not the double. Go for the cut. It's a big miss, that, Jim.
A massive let-off. Just a very poor positional shot from the last yellow. And without any excuse, Keith. She had ample room, and this one, unfortunately for Linda, escaped her. Took the more difficult one first to make her job easier. Lisa Quick's wins have come in pairs. She took the first two and the last two here to lead Linda Leadbitter 4 frames to 3 before the mid-session interval.
So then, Lisa Quick proving to be quite a formidable opponent now for Linda Leadbitter, and it's very interesting at the moment because the lead has swapped hands now again, and Lisa's not showing any signs of worrying about this opponent at all, or being worried about the event itself.
No, she's handling herself very well. But don't knock Linda off. I mean, she was down last year. Remember last year she was 5-2 down and come back with an excellent win over Sue. But I think it's still anybody's game out there now. I mean, Lisa is playing very, very well.
How do you compare these two players in terms of, well, comparing perhaps then Sue Thompson and Lisa Quick? Because I think Linda knows Sue's game so very well and has been in this situation. Lisa's a different opponent, isn't she?
Well, she's a different person, but I think she does play exactly the way Sue plays.
Really?
Yeah, but I just can't understand what's going on in Linda's head. I mean, she's not the person, or she's not the player that we all know she is out there today.
So she's still fighting it out there at the moment. At the moment, she's just 1 frame down. Let's get back to the action now with Keith Brewer and Jim Walsh.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks, Jonathan.
8 frame, Linda Leadbitter to break.
Well,
Ready,
very
3 frames,
quickly,
4.
just to bring you up to speed on where we're at. Lisa Quick won the opening 2 frames, and she was quickly caught and passed by Linda, who went 3-2 ahead. And then Lisa responded with the last 2 before the interval. So it's frame 8 here. But it really has to be noted that Linda has been her own worst enemy. She's basically gift-wrapped 2 frames and handed them right over to Lisa. Take those 2 frames away and put them on Linda's side of the scoreboard, and she's in front 5-2. So psychologically, that's what she's got to get over. Whereas Lisa Quick knows she's in front 4-3, or sorry, yep, just in front 4-3, and has made a couple mistakes, but not full value for that lead.
30 seconds.
Nothing on the break, Jim, and Reds look good here. All the Reds pot. The only little problem she would have was a little cluster of 3, but they all do pot individually. It's just a matter of controlling the cue ball.
Red ball's in play.
And that's absolutely spot on. Couldn't have put it better with her hand, Jim.
Beautiful control of the white there. Stun forcing that off the cushion and cannoning into the yellow. And that will really open this frame up.
Go on, late.
That's not the best shot she could have played. I thought she'd try and cannon into the yellow as opposed to the red. Possibly she did. Just misjudged it. Now, I'm not sure whether that red, the far left of the table as Wheelock goes, if it does pass into the center pocket, then there's absolutely no problem. Well, there it looks like it does go. And that certainly will make Lisa's work a little easier. But again, where she's bumped that red now bottom of the table, Not as simple as it could have been, and there she left herself too much to do. Now these are the opportunities that you know Linda is going to want to pounce all over. Bad miss. But trying to do too much with what the shot originally offered.
And all this stems from before, when she lost position, when she had the 3 reds at the right-hand side here. As soon as she cannoned the first red, she lost position, and ever since then she's been struggling. But from Linda's point of view, she'll be very happy just to get to the table, because I think when she first looked, she probably thought this was over.
The occasion quite possibly just starting to come in on Lisa. This really is a big moment for her. Biggest one she's ever experienced. Where's this lady at the table? She books this date every year. Just as certain as Sky Sports is going to be here, Linda Leadbitter makes notes in her diary.
Well, she's picked these off very well so far, and as we approach the final 3 yellows, I would say our biggest problem is going to be the one that's next to the red. Wow. Unbelievable miss, Jim.
Well, she just broke a rhythm, Keith, when she just saw a little bit of fluff from her tip, just a little bit of chalk possibly just on her ferrule, and stopped herself. When players break their rhythm like that, very often you'll see them miss the very next shot they get down for. I've seen it a lot in professional snooker. We all have a set rhythm we try and maintain, and when our concentration is broken, that never equates to a positive shot.
30 seconds.
She never did really settle herself after either, but what a chance for Lisa. She's really going to have to pull a good shot out now, unless this red passes bottom right, and I think by the expression we just saw, it does not. Well, Keith, it did pass. I don't know why she looked so disheartened.
I think because of the angle. She just didn't want that angle. She wanted to come down the other side of this red, because it would have passed to the bottom left-hand pocket.
What a shot, possibly the shot of the match so far for her. But she's going to need to cap it off with this 8. The double means nothing if she doesn't get this. Down it goes, and what a good performance from Lisa Quick. For the first time in this match, she leads and has put a string of 3 frames together now. 5-3 in front.
Lisa Quick's break. Leading 5 frames, 3.
Under the microscope right now. Lisa Quick again, 2 frames in front. She enjoyed that lead at the outset of this one.
Open table.
Before the champion responded like a champion.
Yellow balls in play.
But Keith, we haven't really alluded to that. With her having taken her aim at snooker in the ladies' tour, quite possibly her mental preparation is a little jaded for this event.
Red balls in play.
And there's a couple of differences as well, apart from the mental preparation, which you quite rightly point out, is that the game's played so differently, and the ball sizes are different, the cue ball is a different size, And since she's been playing back here at the Worlds, she just hasn't looked quite the player she has in previous years. And I'm sure it's just down to the fact that she is concentrating on snooker more than pool at the moment. Just little flashes of brilliance, more than the normal rhythm that we see from her continuously throughout the match.
Yes, this is a sustained form of brilliance that we're used to seeing from Linda. And another thing noticeable is you never ever saw any emotion from her. And you're seeing little displays of head shaking and things that are negative. Linda never showed any emotion in the past. Well, the red stays on the surface. But it isn't the worst miss in the world because she has the pocket completely guarded.
Well, she could be doubling this back across, I would have thought, yes. Cover the other pocket. That's a great shot.
30 seconds.
Linda just needs something to give her a kickstart. I think Lisa's handled this match superbly so far, Jim, because it's her first time in a major singles final, let alone a World Championship final, and I think she's played excellent. She's handled herself pretty well. She's potted some great balls, some pressure balls, and she's not looked out of sorts out there either. She looks like she's fully enjoying it.
Another look at the double. Had this gone in, she would have had a chance to go game here. Purposely pushing the 8-ball over to a side of the table that is guarded by the yellow's bottom. But it is still available to the top end of the table as we look.
Well, she was in a bit of trouble there, and she's took the opportunity to get the black safe, but it isn't that safe. Very nice plant there from Lisa.
Yes, it looks like the way she's going about it, Keith, she's going to want to save this red over the bottom end of the table for last to be able to get over for the 8. But it's going to take a very deft positional touch to be able to do that.
Come on, Lace.
Well, if she does continue to clear up here, Jim, I mean, the black will go into the top right-hand pocket, but it would take a very good positional shot to get the cue ball behind. The only other problem, Jim, of course, is that if she does break down in this finish, all the yellows are readily available for Linda now, so she has to make sure that this opportunity at the table, she makes the most of it.
30 seconds.
Well, that's a perfect shot. She's on the red.
Seconds.
Yikes. Completely lost the white. She's 5-3 in head, and there's still so many instances where you remember her from what looked like positions she could get out. She's dropped herself right in it.
What she was trying to do was just avoid the yellow to the left of the black, because she didn't want to put the black safe.
2 visits.
And obviously caught hold of the cue ball too much, snookered herself. Wasn't worth getting out of the snooker because she shadow potted the red, she would have been snookered on the black. So took the opportunity to play Linda's yellow across, but needed to get it a lot closer to the black than that. She has a great opportunity now to win this frame, because carrying her 2 visits, she managed to pot the first ball into the middle, and this is why she needed to get the yellow a lot closer to the red.
Second visit.
She probably hit that as well as she could, Keith, for it not to go in. If anything, struck too well. Looks like she's going to try and apply the snooker here.
Well, like I said before, Jim, definitely the best tactical player on the women's scene. Always has been. Good shot here would actually be to try and double the black over. She clipped the black thin, try and get the black over towards the red. That would be one option she's got here. Or she can play another yellow over towards the red.
Total snooker.
What about just playing top cushion, try and pot the red, keep the cue ball there, and double the black into the middle pocket? There we go.
Obviously, Jim, you snooker players stick together.
Easy to say when she's got no choice now, Keith. Don't miss many shots from the commentary box, didn't you know? Look at that. Lisa Quick slots the black in. 6-3 in front of the defending champion. She's won 4 in a row.
Well, no question about it. Lisa Quick is starting to look like a champion to be, and you're well impressed sitting here, aren't you?
Well, it's just no stopping. I mean, Linda's played a lovely shot there, and you wouldn't expect her to double that. I mean, she could have just played the black across, you know, but that was just a fantastic shot she's just come out with there.
Let's take a look at some of the action that she's been doing. Take a look at some of these shots. This shot, very impressive. Would you have attempted that?
Probably not, but that's probably why I'm sat here.
But also, the black was also very hard again, and she put this in beautifully.
She's just got no fear at all. She's not afraid to take on those shots.
She knows the angles, and she's full of confidence. Now, can Linda stem the tide?
That's one big question, and we're going to find out the answer real soon. She's just broken off, and Lisa out of her chair. 6-3, the defending champion, 4-time Embassy Whirlpool champion, is in serious jeopardy of losing her crown here in 1999.
Yellow balls in play.
Big chance, this one, Keith, and very early.
And because of what's happened in the last frame, Jim, you can see she's got the momentum with her now. She knows now she can win this. I think she came into it thinking she could win it, but she was playing probably the greatest lady player of all time in the final. 4 times champion, going for a 5th title. But I think she senses now she can win it. And one of the reasons is that Linda has played slightly below par. I have to be honest and say that. Out of all the world finals that I've watched, I think this is probably the poorest performance I've seen Linda put in, Jim.
I've been here for everyone, Keith, and I certainly made reference to the fact that there have been a number of frames that she's given away. Sure, Lisa has potted some great balls, but she's had the chance to get to the table where Linda normally wouldn't give her the opportunity.
Red ball's in play.
Linda gets to the table in a very tough position. I think Lisa attempted the pot there.
Well, I think Linda can count herself fortunate she is back at the table, because I think if that had dropped, she wouldn't have been. Well, if ever you need a champion's innings, it's right now. She's only got one big problem, Red, and that's the one down near the bottom right-hand pocket. This one here. Although it is the most awkward one she has, it is possible to get on. It's plenty of room to get behind that. All about cue ball control here, Jim.
But right now, Weston Supermare looking favorite to be viewing that little piece of silverware there. And it might be going up in the boot of that lady's car.
Well, Linda's played it well so far, and she's a little unlucky. She didn't want to cannon into that, Red. She wanted to get round the back of it and take it back into the bottom left-hand pocket. So she's been a little bit unfortunate there.
Yes, intended to cannon into it and develop it, Keith. Obviously now she's going to have to come up with a shot.
30 seconds.
I wonder if the crowd is starting to suspect the crowning of a new champion. Linda Leadbitter is very vulnerable today. Lisa's just weighing this up in her mind, how she wants to complete the conversion here from the 3 yellows to the 8. And now it's down to position once again for her. The potting end has never been in doubt. She's going to need a good positional shot right now.
It's a good shot, Jim. She's been so unlucky to leave herself on top of this red. Good cueing required now. It's more or less a straight pot. She only has to roll it into the top pocket, and she's guaranteed position on the black.
Well, I wouldn't be jacked up quite as high as she is, Keith. I think I'd try and get my cue action as level as I can, because the higher you raise the butt of that cue, the more difficult the shot becomes. And that's a terrific yellow. Now can she get the black? Another look at it. What a great pot that is. That was a real test of cueing. Down goes the 8, and Lisa Quick finds herself just 1 frame away from becoming the 1999 Embassy World Pool Champion for women.
Come on, Lemley, come on.
There's that look of resignation on Linda's face. 7-3 behind. 5 remaining. Linda wants them all. Here's her first chance.
Open table.
Well, we've seen some great performances from Linda over the years, Jim, and I'm sure all our viewers would remember some of the matches and some of the great comebacks that she's mustered, but can she do it? I mean, 5 frames on the bounce here is going to take some doing against a player who's firing on all cylinders now.
Yellow ball can play.
She just hasn't been her normal self today. And as you alluded to before, Jim, whether the fact that she's now playing a bit of snooker has took that edge away from her game. I mean, she's played very well all week in reaching the final,
Red balls to
but she
play.
just hasn't performed out here today.
Well, the last frame can prove very evasive in any major final.
Come on now, mate.
I think shots like that, for instance, there, I mean, Linda's such a great tactical player, and always when she wants to cover a pocket, then she would more or less do that, and you can see she's overcut and got nowhere near it. And there's just lots of little shots. It's not always the big shots that she's been weak on. It's all the little shots that she always gets right 99% of the time, and they're the ones that have been letting her down today.
Well, the red on the right-hand cushion at the bottom of the table as we look is an obvious problem for Lisa, but right now Linda has a problem in a couple areas. Yellows on the right-hand side, the two nearest the middle of the cushions. Well, there's no reason to hang your head just yet. You're 7-3 in front and in the driver's seat.
Come on, Lee.
Well, at the moment we've got a bit of a tactical exchange going on, and basically what's happening is Linda's defending. She's trying to put the yellows over the pockets so that the reds are out of commission, and as she's doing that, of course, Lisa's bringing them back into play, and that's what's going to be happening for the next few shots. Didn't want the pot, Jim.
You saw her shake her head there, Keith. Confirmed it. A difficult plant.
Come on, Lee.
Well, she's got a chance if she can knock this red into the center. As we see the plant again, that wasn't easy. Well, that was a plant that was a double that she wanted for sure. Had that gone in, she might have had a chance to win. But now her reds are all in the open.
Well, if Linda's going to clear up, that was the ball to move first, and the reason for that is because she can play the other yellow down the rail onto the yellow that's now sitting over the bottom right-hand pocket. So I would say after watching that shot, she's definitely off for the finish here. Well, that's pretty good. She worked the cue ball pretty well there. A lot of pressure on her here, back truly against the wall in this match. Although you wouldn't think it looking at her. She looks as calm as ever. Bonus in that shot, of course, is she opened that pocket up now completely, if required for the black. So that was a nice little kiss.
Seconds.
I think that was Linda's husband that you... No, it's not. I thought you thought that.
Well, I'm a bit surprised she took it on then. She could have potted the other ball first and come back to that plant. But I'll tell you what, Jim, it took some missing, really.
No kidding. I still can't believe it stayed out.
Well, this is an opportunity, I suppose, for Lisa, but it is not an easy one.
Looks like the only shot she's got, Keith, is to slap that one in the middle pocket and go around the angles. Well, this is a chance now. Drop the red in the corner, finish on the red to the center with a little bit of angle, as she's looking at right here, to be able to get the cue ball back for the last red on the bottom cushion.
I suppose if we were going to be honest and speak from a neutral's point of view, it's always nice to see someone new in the final, and even someone new going on to win the tournament, as there's only ever been 2 winners in 6 years.
She's obviously got the angle, Keith.
30 seconds.
Well, that's a little straighter than she would have liked. Shaking her head, far too straight. She's not going to be able to get that cue ball too far away from that end cushion for comfort. But she will have a shot at the 8 in potting the red. Here it is, a chance, her first chance to become the 1999 Embassy World Champion. It's not in. So much pressure. And she can smile. I said it was her first chance. At 7-3 in front, you've got to feel she's going to get another one, at least another one.
To be fair, Jim, it was an awfully difficult shot. The white was tight on the cushion. It was a cut into the middle, and it isn't the first time we've seen them missed.
Time out, please.
Extremely difficult with the pool table because the cue ball is slightly smaller than the object ball, and when it's tight up against the cushion,
I'm running.
very, very hard to strike. Well, this is a big shot coming up right now. And it's not good. It's not good at all.
It would have been a lot worse if the cue ball would have traveled a bit further. It's not good, but she's still at the table.
You know, Jim, she should have took this ball first. When she missed the black, she was clearly on this ball and should have took this first.
Well, that might be the last shot that Linda Leadbitter plays in this year's championship. A simpler 8 now for Lisa Quick, chance number 2. And she can get her bridge hand very comfortably on the table this time. It's there! Lisa Quick has defeated the defending champion. Now she's the champ. Lisa Quick from Weston-super-Mare is the 1999 Ladies Embassy Whirlpool Champion. Congratulations all around. A new champion is crowned. And what a terrific player she is.
Yes, thank you, Jim. I'm here with both the players, still in shock, I'm sure, both of them. Let's say commiserations, first of all, to Linda. You played really well, but I don't think you expected that, did you?
I don't think I played well. I missed far too many pots. And when I let Lisa in, she just cleared up. So when you're not at the table, you know, you can't do anything about it.
How did she manage to outwit you from the beginning, do you think?
I tried to play a little bit of tactics, but from the break, I wasn't really getting balls in off the break, and it's really important to do that. And Lisa was just like clearing up, so it wasn't really a tactical game, it was more a potting game. So
thank you anyway, and I'm sure you'll be back next year, won't you, to get that title back again for the 5th time. Let's move on to the new world champion for 1999. Lisa, I know you're in shock. How do you feel?
Don't know. Don't know what to say. Can't believe it. Absolutely amazed.
How did you stay so cool, calm and collected throughout that?
Yeah, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. I was shaking like a leaf on the last blacks, but...
You give far more emotion away on your face, but one thing you did do was pot superbly.
Yeah, I mean, I knew I had to stick to my game plan all week, which was basically to go out and try and pot as many balls as you can, as they say. But I knew Linda was going to perhaps try and tie me down, but she kept the game quite open. She went for the pots as well, and I think it was quite a good game.
Well, I think you need some time to recover and to celebrate. There's only ever been 2 names on that list. Well done to Lisa.
Well, there has been only 2 names on that trophy, but I'm glad to say I think the one that's just going to be put on it this year is going to be there for a while. Lisa Quick, an excellent performance by her, winning the last 6 frames when she was 3-2 down to go on and take it 8-3. Brilliant stuff. And you sat here watch it, quite awe-inspired. She is, you know, she's here to stay, isn't she?
She definitely is, yeah, and she could come back next year and retain the title again. I think the way she's been playing is absolutely superb.
But I think that's the point, the way she was playing. It wasn't a niggly match, it wasn't a close match. I mean, she just outpotted her completely, and that was her game plan.
Yeah, she was just so confident. I mean, she was taking on shots that a lot of the lady players would never have taken on. That's what's won of the match here today.
Has it given you some confidence to come back and try and get in the final yourself?
No, I don't think so, no, but well, we never know, we'll see.
Well, we hope to see you there. It was a great final. Let's go down for the presentations now with Alan Hughes.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's presentation time, and can I ask you to welcome the presentation party consisting of Graham Blashill, the Managing Director of Imperial Tobacco UK Limited, accompanied by our Tournament Director, George Harwood. And first of all, to the runner-up is a cheque for £1,500, and our congratulations go to Linda Leadbitter. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to the winner, it's a cheque for £2,500, the tournament trophy and the title of the 1999 Embassy Ladies 8-Ball World Pool Champion, and that goes to Lisa Quick. Ladies and gentlemen.
Well, Lisa Quick, I think, still in shock after that victory. Brilliant stuff. She's world number 5 in snooker. She's now the world champion of 8-ball pool. Brilliant stuff by her. Now, up next, it's the men's competition, and the final looks like this. Quinton Hahn up against Terry Hunt. Terry Hunt from England, Quinton Hahn, of course, from Australia. Another snooker player, but he's going to make his name, he hopes, in the game of world 8-ball pool. Join us then next time.